L'homme tatoué, un sauvage des temps modernes? Ce que certains exhibent fièrement dérange encore les plus âgés. Pourtant, près de 30% des jeunes portent un tatouage aujourd'hui. Qu'est-ce qui les pousse à se faire instiller dans la peau une image qu'ils garderont toute leur vie? Est-ce encore de la provocation ou juste un culte narcissique du corps? Et quelle est la différence entre les tatous à la mode et les tatouages traditionnels dans d'autres cultures?
And that question, I think, arises, though, because people look at me and go, how did that happen? And they think it was like one day I woke up and it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be the Lizard Man. Life doesn't happen like that for anyone. You don't just wake up and do that. That happens in movies and books. It's fiction, right? If you can see my entire life, as my family and longtime friends can, you can see the very organic development of how I ended up here. It wasn't, oh, let's be the Lizard Man. It was, interest in sideshow and body art. It was interest in body painting. It was doing performances, traditional theater, and these things. So by the time I was getting ready to tattoo my whole body, including my face, it would have been more unusual if I didn't do it. In fact, my mom has said this. She said, when he was born, we never thought this is what he would do with his life. But when he got to the point in his life where he started to do it, it was the very obvious and natural thing for him to do.
Get your tickets right now from Gordo here at the ticket stand. He'll sell you a £6 ticket that will allow you inside the world of Sideshow Wonderland, where you will witness acts like the human blockhead, the cranial corkscrew, and a demonstration of Pierce weightlifting that cannot be believed if you do not see it with your own eyes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Come on inside. The money you spend on the ticket you will soon forget, but the sights you see inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Lizard Man is going to be performing at 4 o'clock on the inside of Sideshow Wonderland, and this is your moment, this is your chance, this is your time to come and see this truly phenomenal phenomenon. You can see him here on the outside, tattooed from head to toe, implants above his eyes, filed teeth, and that's just on the surface. What you see on the inside...
When it comes to dealing with people's reactions and things like that because of what I've done, I put it in this framework. That is the double-edged sword of it. For me as an artist, I believe very much in commitment. And one of the reasons I don't work in traditional media is because you could paint a painting and walk away from it. You don't even have to see it again if you don't like it. You could even destroy it. But when your body is your medium, you must commit for a lifetime, especially when you're using permanent processes like the ones I have. And I love the fact that all I have to do is walk outside my house and walk down the street, and I immediately interject surrealism into the worlds of everybody who perceives me. Some guy wakes up in the morning, drives to work like he always does. He's doing that day, that grind, that every single day, and he thinks every day is just the same as the last. But then it happens to be the day that I'm walking outside to get the mail or walking to the grocery store. Now he sees me as, wow, never thought I'd see a green pea. And if just for that second I can give them that little bit of wonder again, that little bit of, wait, there are new and odd things in the world I haven't experienced yet, and they can appear anywhere. You didn't have to go seek it out. It just happened, something weird and surreal. I love that. I do enjoy reptiles and lizards in particular. I find them more aesthetically pleasing than anything else. The choice that I made to do a reptilian theme was not there at the forefront. Originally, this was a conceptual art piece where the idea was transformation via body modification. And it actually came out of an idea in linguistic philosophy. So the thing is, when you decide you're going to transform your body, the next question is, into what? What's going to be the design? So I made lists of designs. I considered a full body maze, I considered a story, I considered polka dot, all sorts of different things. And eventually I settled on the reptilian motif because it was the one that just felt right for me. It's the same way you would pick out an outfit. You go out and you try on a whole bunch, and there's one or two that stand out. You're like, yeah, this is the one for me. But I picked my suit out for the rest of my life.
Now watch as I take these scissors, give them a lick, and then just a quick little stick right across my face.
Whether it's the serpent in the Garden of Eden, whether it's the giant snakes in Dreamtime for the Aboriginal people, the Native American serpent that carved the Mississippi, the Scandinavian or Norse world serpent myth, dragons in Asia and Europe, no matter where you go, no matter what period in time, reptiles are powerful elements in human culture and symbolism. So as an artist, I have taken that powerful symbol and become it. You know, so I've used it to make my image more powerful. And I've done it on my body because that's even more impactful than, say, drawing it or painting it or sculpting it. You know, turning yourself into something registers with people very viscerally. And when it's a symbol or an image that already viscerally impacts them, I mean, I stick out my forked tongue anywhere in the world, and it strikes people deep in their minds.
23 ans.
Mais qu'est-ce qui m'a pris?
Ce qu'il a pris, elle le sait bien.
C'est une façon de dire je t'aime. De montrer que pour lui, je peux endurer la douleur.
Maria is 98% covered in tattoos. She's also had dental implants to give her fangs and titanium horns placed in her skull. It begs the question, why? Maria says she did it to express her freedom after the end of her abusive first marriage.
Simplemente volqué todo mi interior al exterior. Eso era lo que yo.
All I did was bring what was in me out.
Más que nada fue ya sin algún temor, el temor de.
It's what I always was beforehand. I could breathe, as many women can breathe when they wake up in the morning and have a coffee without feeling as if someone is going to squeeze their throat.
I just get addicted to it because it's so beautiful.
Souvent, les gens se font tatouer à des périodes très instables de leur vie. À la puberté, pendant la crise de la quarantaine, ou quand ils perdent quelqu'un de cher. En fait, c'est un réflexe naturel. On recherche la douleur physique pour se débarrasser de celle qui est dans notre tête.
In the modified community, it can be deemed quite rude to ask such a question. But there are many reasons why someone may want it done, for a political statement or shock factor. With myself, I'm just expressing myself through my body, through my skinology and body history, self-beliefs of history of my own body.
Morrison est la fille de Hank. Le tatouage qu'elle réalise aujourd'hui exprime la joie. Raida, sa cliente, veut avoir les prénoms de ses enfants dans la peau. Beaucoup plus macabre, certains clients demandent à ce que les cendres de leurs défunts soient mélangées à l'encre qui servira à les tatouer.
Everybody says your body is your temple. If that's the case, I should be able to decorate it the way I want to decorate it. Because I like skulls and eyeballs and stuff. It's all in what you're into.
Ça, c'est un vrai tatouage de pèlerin. On a le droit de le porter uniquement si on est allé à Saint-Jacques-de-Compostelle. Moi, j'ai fait 675 km à pied pour le mériter.
I'm one of the people that can't have a favorite tattoo. Each is like a certain phase of my life. To me, it's like a picture history of what I've gone through the years. The piece on the top of my head is Celtic. Then it's like all the young guys are getting tribal now. So I did some tribal on the side of my head, my eyebrows. And people keep saying, well, you're going to get old, you're going to regret that. Tattooing is a part of my life. It's part of my soul. I don't regret one tattoo I ever got.
I grew up reading comic books. I was into the Marvel theme. I just recently got Captain America, and that is part of my collage of favorite Marvel comics. He's trying to save the country. He wants to do good for the people in America, as do I, why I'm in the United States Navy. It is a bit painful, but it's not prolonged. When he goes over tender areas, you do want to tense up a little bit, and then it just goes away.
I will sit and tattoo all day long until I get something done. This Captain America took about 5.5 hours. I Google searched it, and I wanted something more dynamic, and then I found that piece, and I was like, nice. You get a lot of people who have a lot of reasons for getting their different tattoos, and they're very trusting of you. They open up to you. I mean, that's a hard thing to do, is let somebody do something like that, and especially somebody who you don't know. Sometimes the stories are fun, sometimes they're not so fun, and I tell them everybody always gets through whatever they're going through.
Mais souvent, c'est surtout une question de look, voire de frime, comme pour les rockstars chez qui le tatouage accentue un peu plus encore le côté rebelle. Mais les tatouages peuvent aussi être des signes de reconnaissance ou de statut, comme par exemple dans le milieu du crime organisé. Dans la mafia russe, les tatous permettent aux initiés de savoir combien de personnes ont été tuées par le tatoué.
Par le tatouage, on exprime quelque chose. Par exemple, qu'on est marié, qu'on est devenu un homme, qu'on a surmonté une épreuve, qu'on a fait un voyage particulier, qu'on a tué telle ou telle personne, ou alors une baleine.
Greg is an incredible artist, but he is a phenomenal therapist. He listens without people having to talk.
With Brittany, we've had a real tight bond. You know, she's gone through some tough times, separating with her husband, recently lost her father. She just overcame a battle with cancer. You know, so she comes in and she pours it all out. And, you know, I think it really helps get it off her chest. And her back is a big Buddhist statue. It's really an honor to have someone open up like that to you.
My Tibetan Buddha, that one's me, and it's all healing.
Les Maoris de Nouvelle-Zélande redécouvrent leurs anciennes coutumes. Les moko, les tatouages faciaux, permettent à ceux qui les portent d'affirmer leur identité sociale au sein de leur tribu.
Je suis Araï, et ma lignée remonte directement aux dieux. Je suis attaché à la terre. Chez nous, on dit « je suis sur la Vénois ». Je suis Matikiti, ça veut dire spirituel. C'est moi qui suis autorisé à parler au nom de ma famille et ma tribu.
Le motif que nous avons choisi représente un oiseau. Aaron portera cet oiseau sur sa peau en mémoire de son fils, mon petit-fils. Mais ce n'est pas n'importe quel oiseau, c'est un kotoku, un héron blanc. Il symbolise les gens qui ne font qu'un bref passage dans nos vies, un passage d'autant plus précieux, comme un cadeau. Il est venu dans nos vies et il nous a quittés très vite.
Paitangi chante et prie pour que le moko soit réussi.
Un moko se rattache uniquement à toi, à ce que tu es, ce que tu as fait, ce qui est important pour toi. Si tu le portes comme un ornement à la mode, tôt ou tard il sera dépassé. Dans une vingtaine d'années, les roses ou ce genre de motifs seront démodés, tandis que ton histoire restera toujours ton histoire. Ta famille que tu portes sur ta peau dans la langue du moko ne sera jamais passée de mode, car c'est une partie de toi-même.
Au Japon, à l'origine, le tatouage renseignait sur les peines infligées à un criminel. Par exemple, 2 lignes tatouées sur l'avant-bras représentaient une incarcération.
Si le tatouage intégral devient à la mode au début du 19e siècle, c'est aussi parce que les anciens détenus cherchaient à recouvrir les marques qui trahissaient leur passé. Mais quelle est donc l'histoire des hommes qui posent dans ce studio? Le maître tatoueur nous dit qu'il vaut mieux ne pas le leur demander. Reste que tous ces messieurs sont arrivés dans des Mercedes noires et qu'ils portaient des costumes taillés sur mesure.
Il y a une différence surprenante pour nous entre le tatouage européen et le tatouage japonais. Contrairement aux Européens, les Japonais croient en la signification des motifs qu'ils se font tatouer. Si par exemple, ils portent un dragon, ils croient que ce dragon les protégera. Si c'est une carpe koi qui remonte un fleuve, alors ils croient qu'ils auront du succès dans la vie.
Et dans certains milieux, les tatouages servent à se reconnaître. Comment les hommes se sentent-ils dans ces tatouages appelés bodysuit?
Sexy.
Si on change mentalement? Oui, on change, bien sûr. Mais c'est difficile de répondre. Je me sens plus tranquille, peut-être.
Je ne les montre pas à n'importe qui, seulement à la personne que j'aime. Quand je les montre, nos relations deviennent plus intimes et plus intenses, sur différents plans, beaucoup plus qu'avec les autres gens.
Mais comme vous ne le faisiez pas pour des raisons artistiques, vous le faisiez uniquement pour le plaisir?
Seulement pour le plaisir. Pour le plaisir, et parce que je suis un homme, comment on dit, homosexuel, naturellement.
Est-ce que ça vous a rapporté beaucoup d'amants?
Je me suis tatoué pour mettre mon âme à nu et dire qui je suis vraiment. Je me suis tatoué pour me réapproprier mon enveloppe corporelle et en faire une œuvre d'art. Je me suis tatoué parce que le corps est le dernier espace de liberté qui nous reste.
L'art du tatouage, c'est l'art de communiquer sans parole, c'est l'art de s'aimer sans se toucher.
Le tatouage est un art, est une coutume et une tradition, donc il faut respecter.
Je me suis toujours senti étranger, un alien. Et je pense que tous les tatoués ressentent la même chose.
Je me suis tatoué parce que c'est une expérience inégalable et irremplaçable.